any place like that that existed. In fact, I'd say some homeless encampments might have been better. Now, what I found out was a big lesson off this, and here's what the lesson was. I called the city, I called the owner, I called and talked to everybody. We were on three-way conversations. I wanted the place shut down because it was so horrific. Then it dawned on me, and this was from the city of Denver, and this was also from the owner of the trailer park, or at least the management. They said, where do you think these people go? And I said, well, they had nothing. Was it better than living in the street? Was it better than, living in a field somewhere? Was it better than freezing to death? At least they had shelter from the elements. Yes, these people were charging for this crazy-ass trailer park from hell, but, well, everybody had their own unit, so they probably had electric heat at worst, and electric heat, honestly, wouldn't have been that bad of a deal until you catch the whole place on fire and kill everybody, but they did have heat. Yes, I'm sure they didn't have AC. It was the worst trailer park I ever saw, but I learned a big lesson. We could have got involved and forced this place to be shut down. We could have got the news crew out. We could have done everything. But the bottom line was they had nowhere better to go. So even though I still think the guy's a slumlord, he's offering a service that's better than nothing. And I hate to say it, but it's the truth. Now, we do have Tobin back up. Tobin, real quick, you're up in Idaho Springs, and you're in where? What's the name of the trailer park, man?
Lawson Village.
Lawson Village, Idaho Springs. Susanna and I know that town very well. You've got some great breweries up there. You've got some, you even got a cidery up there. It's just a cool place. You got, what's that, Bojo's Pizza? So you haven't had water for how long in this trailer park? And is it just you or the entire, every unit?
There was probably 300 individuals involved with no water for 17 days.
How about now?
And then now there's like 8 trailers. There's probably 25 of us still without water.
And you're one of them.
Yeah.
All right, hold tight, man. I got to take this. We're going to dig back into that. And then we've got a problem with a commercial lease. We can probably get our attorney on for that. A landscaper. And then John's got a question about tax relief. I'm really trying to get Michael Plantango. Hope I'm saying that right. Plantinga up. He's one of our tax relief experts with Larson Tax. So anyhow, 303-713-8255. We'll be right back, I promise. We're also going to talk to Tony Joyner, owner of Garage Kings.
This is Denver's talk station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon, 630 KHOW, Denver.
Facebook and YouTube again now.
Oh, you got audio?
Yeah.
All right, cool. What'd you have to do out of curiosity?
Eventually I had to reboot the vMix alone, just the vMix. Didn't have to dump the laptop, but
it's not smart enough to find that camera again. The one way you can get around it, and I know this because I've just done it, Talib, is you can re-add the camera as in a new thing, but it's just as big of a pain in the ass. I got to do these spots.
Go do them.
Yeah. I can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead, Kelly. I couldn't hear her.
She's not offline, I don't think. She's probably in program.
Okay.
It's just a guess.
You ever have any questions about a reverse mortgage? We have tons of great people. Actually, that's not true. We have 3 great companies on the referral list. One of them is Mark Massey. What I like about Mark Massey is he's not afraid to say, hey, I don't think a reverse mortgage is right for you, and he'll tell you why. So if you've been thinking about it, if you're over 62 and a half, you want to stay in that home forever, or maybe, this is interesting too, Mark taught me this, if you have a reverse mortgage right now and you've had it for, say, 4 or 5 years, think of all the equity you built up. You could actually refi into another reverse mortgage and tap all that equity, and you can travel, maybe help the kids out with college. whatever you want to do with that money, it's your money, and still live in that house till the day you die or the day you want to move. Call up Mark Massey. He's a straight shooter, 720-500-7719, 720-500-7719. So when we were looking for new flooring, we thought of Home Depot, we thought of Lowe's, we thought of all these places, but you know who we called? And this is going back 7, 8 years. We called SimplyFloorsInc.com. Buddy and Karen Mitchell are the owners. These guys make it exactly what their website says. Simple to get flooring. It doesn't matter if it's LVT, hardwood, tile, you name it, carpet. That's one of the things we got from them. These guys make it simple. They will bring the products right out to you. All the samples, you can see it with your furniture, your paint, your existing flooring. You get the idea. Now, you can go to their huge showroom if you want, but I suggest you go to SimplyFloorsInc.com. You can set up an appointment right there online. They'll do it. You can pick the day. You can pick the time. They show up on time. They don't try to pressure you into stuff. They'll just talk to you about the products. They'll do all the measurement. They'll give you the quote for free. They're great guys. And the kicker, ready for this, they can save you up to 40% from the big box stores. It all starts at SimplyFloorsInc.com, SimplyFloorsInc.com. Up, down, all around. You know how hard it is? That's one of the hardest things it was for me to learn is go 100 miles an hour, then bring it down. It's very hard for me. Some people can naturally just do it. Tom's pretty good at it. Tom can be way up, way down, and then he can also kind of be in the middle. It's very hard to, it's just consistency. It's doing it all the time. It's learning to go up and down, because the way to put it. The other time is you got to literally slow talk.
No, I don't care about what if they get Roe v. Wade overturned. Whatever they're going to do, you ask the average person on the street, do you care about Roe v. Wade or do you care about paying $50 a month more in food bills?
It's all food bills.
Their pocketbook.
And it's so, when people talk abortion, on both sides it's so stupid. One side, and I'm talking about the far on either side. One side's like, I don't care if you were raped by your brothers, and you're 1 week pregnant, you shouldn't get it. We don't want any of those after, what do they call them, the after pills. I mean, it doesn't matter if your kid has no arms, no nothing, no abortions ever under any circumstances. That's absurd. But here in Colorado, if I'm understanding the law right, you can actually have an abortion, which is a stupid word for it, after the kid's born if your doctor agrees with you.
No.
Meaning,
no.
Doc, look it up. I argued with someone the other day, and they looked it up and showed me.
As long as the umbilical cord isn't cut.
If the baby comes out and you find out for whatever reason you never had an ultrasound, you never had anything, and it comes out missing a leg or it comes out with some big deformity and it's already out, you can abort it after it's out. And I'm not even saying I don't disagree with that in some circumstances, but I do disagree with it in general because that's not an abortion, that's fucking murder.
Murder, I agree. Here's the thing, and I talked to Catholics.
But it probably never happens.
I talked to Catholics for a long time about this. If you believe that life begins at conception, you can't argue abortion. Because their position, and I'm not saying it's wrong, but if somebody believes that life begins at conception, there's no argument for abortion further on.
You know what's funny? George Carlin says, how come if it's a chicken egg, it's an omelet? But if it's a baby, it's an abortion.
Right. But, you know, if you talk to somebody who doesn't have that black and white view, you can talk about where abortion is reasonable. And 98% of abortion providers believe in first trimester. 2% believe in, or 2.9% believe in second trimester, and 0.1% would believe in third trimester abortions. There's only one.
Unless if something has gone wrong in the In other words, if something happens in the second trimester, like she falls down the stairs or something that... All right, 303-713-8255, Claims Pro. I preach this all the time. If you're dealing with your insurance company, you need someone on your side. Maybe there's hail damage there, and your insurance company says, oh, no, there's not. That's what happened to me at one point. But I want you to call Claims Pro if you have any questions about what a public adjuster can help you with. If you're arguing with your insurance company, you don't think they're living up to their end of the bargain, living up to the policy language, call up Peter, 833-252-4600 or publicadjuster.pro. That's publicadjuster.pro. Okay, let's get back to the phones. We've got a ton going on. We're going back to Tobin. He's got this problem up in Idaho Springs. It's absolutely horrible. He has no water for a while. Tobin, you said there was 300 people out of water. What actually happened to the water when 300 people were out?
The last I heard, whoever the new management company is said that the well went dry, or
oh my God,
somebody sabotaged the well and threw rocks in it or something.
Well, where are the 280 people that have water again? Where are they getting the water from? The same well?
Okay, there's two wells, one in my lot and one in the lower lot in Lawson. The lower lot well is effective. It's working now.
Got it.
And but my upper lot, we're still all without water.
Can they tap you into that? Did they give you a, what is it called, a cistern? Or what is the word for that? A cistern. Did they give you a cistern to use in the midterm? I mean, are they helping you, or what are they doing? Nothing?
Not at all. They said that they were looking into possibly bringing up a mobile shower unit.
Yeah, but how about drinking water? What are you doing for water?
We're all going down to Idaho Springs to the Safeway and purchasing it.
So they're not doing anything. How long has it been out at your unit and these other 7-8 people or units?
32 days.
Hey, Doc, call over to these guys. Lawson Village. I mean, I understand if a well went dry, they got to do something, but it doesn't take 30 days to fix it. And the fact they couldn't put something together in the interim is insane. I mean, figure out what's going on. Tobin, how much do you pay for rent there? Or lot fees, or what do you do? Do you rent? How's it working for you?
Okay, most of us I own my trailer.
Yeah. But you pay them a lot fee.
My grandparents, the lot rent was $40 when my grandparents moved in '74.
Well, okay, and when my grandfather was coming out of the Army or coming out of the Arsenal in Albany, a Coke was a nickel. Who cares? What are you paying?
Okay, that's what I'm getting at. Last month it was $650.
Got it.
And now they want $800.
Well, that's a whole difference.
No water, so
if you're on a 30-day lease, I assume you don't have a long-term lease, right? Everything is month to month.
Well, I've been there since '74.
No, but you're missing me. Do you have a year lease with these guys on the lot, or no? It's just month to month. Do you have any paperwork?
I do. Not on me, but I do. They said that if I signed a year lease, they would knock it down from $800 to $750. They'd give me a $50 break a month.
Yeah, I got you.
Still without water.
I understand that, and that's really the goal here. Is first of all, I find it crazy they're hitting you up when there's no water. But Doc's going to call over there, and we're going to figure out what's going on. They should at least give you credit for the last month, or partial credit, or pay for all the water you bought, or do something, or put you up in a different place. So we're not kidding, man. We're going to get on this like stink on, and we're going to see what we can figure out, all right?
Awesome.
Hold on. You got to give Kelly the information that you have, a name, a management company. Give her anything she asks for. Doc's walking in that room right now. He's one of our deputies. He's going to call over there. Hopefully for everybody listening, we'll have an update soon, too. You hold tight. We can free that lineup as well, Kelly, once you make sure you get his information, get it to Doc. You know, I find that absolutely horrific. You know, Tony Joyner, he's the owner of GarageKings.com. You're a great businessman. I've dealt with you guys. You've done my patio. You came out and did that coating on it. It's great. And I was telling you, I don't know if I said this already, but Suzanne and I were cleaning our garage Sunday after all the mud and dirt from the winter. We are paved in our neighborhood all the way up to our cul-de-sac, then we're on, dirt road, compacted dirt. So when we drive into our house, we bring dirt in there every single day. How long did it take us to get 6 months of dirt off that coating and make our garage floor look literally brand new, Suzanne?
It took a minute. I mean, a few minutes for sure.
Well, half hour, maybe an hour.
Yeah.
You just power wash it. I plugged the power washer in and hit it. The other cool thing about this coating, it doesn't chip. I figured some things with the power washer, like siding on a house and other stuff, if you have that power washer too strong, it will literally start taking off the paint. It doesn't do any of that with this coating. It simply cleaned everything. Any oil that was on the ground, gasoline, dirt, mud, anything that was on the ground, it got rid of. I'll tell you what, I power washed off, I couldn't believe. I had an old pony keg that had been sitting on that floor for probably about a year that I need to take back to the liquor store to get my deposit back, and it started rusting because it got wet. It literally took the power washer, took that little rust ring directly off that coating. How is that stuff so strong?
It's basically just a plastic, so it's one piece once we put it on, and it just doesn't stain. It repels everything. You'll see the rust, but it's actually not staining, penetrating the coating.
Gives people a special on that stuff. If they call today and sign up, I know you can't do it now. You're booked out whatever weeks. But give people a special if they heard the show. What you'll do for them. I mean, really, give me something.
We'll take a true $300 off their floor.
A real one. Now, let's tell people in all honesty, a normal two-car garage is what, about $2,300 to $2,500?
Correct.
So they'd be looking around somewhere around $2,000, everything done.
Correct.
And it's an incredible deal. It'll up the value of your house. You just take a power washer to it whenever you want, or even a hose if you don't have a power washer, and it looks brand new. It doesn't absorb oil. And if you have an older garage that looks like crap, you're going to be shocked how great it looks, and you're not going to find a better price.
And the color options are great, Tony.
Oh, yeah, Suzanne.
Enjoyed that.
Would they give you, like a full pallet? I mean, it was years ago, but
yeah, it's a couple years ago.
It's like picking out paint for a house.
Yeah, it's just, they're good, great options.
So, and the other thing I love about Garage Kings, no money down, guaranteed best price, lifetime warranty. You're not going to beat these guys. They've been on a referral list how long, Tony?
Almost 4 years.
Okay, very cool, man. And Garage Kings itself, one of the franchisees in Colorado, but Garage Kings is a massive company.
We have over 300 dealers in our U.S. and 50 in Canada.
And I love the fact you and your wife run it. You've got crews and stuff, but, I'm talking to the man. You own your own business on it.
Correct. And I'm out on every project.
Every project he looks at, just for quality control. And not only that, when he was doing ours a couple years ago, I think you and your wife were actually doing ours.
That was just an employee. My wife is behind the scenes.
Oh, I didn't remember. Okay. It was you and okay. And then that's interesting because it was a woman, wasn't it?
We have 2 women and 3 men.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, folks, 720-252-0370, 720-252-0370, Garage Kings. We're going to come back. Michael, Jeff, and another Michael. You guys hold tight. We'll be right back. Who do I got? Affordable interest.
Again.
I'm telling you, he's smart, man.
Yeah.
I like what he does. That's kind of what I'm doing with you. I don't think you have spots this week, but next week you have doubles. Retirement.
I've never even seen a 300
I got
trailer parking.
I think if you exit that first exit that no one exits, it's right around there. I can picture a trailer park.
Okay. I'm surprised he said 300.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And
You see that one on the side of the highway there that's...
Okay, hold on, guys. When you start getting closer to retirement, you have so many different things to think about. And a lot of people don't. Let me give you some just ideas. How about your health care long-term when you no longer have it with the company and you're transitioning into Medicare? And you want to understand what's going to go on with that. You got to understand how much that's going to cost you, what different things you're going to buy on that. How about all your investments? Maybe you got a 401k from multiple companies over your lifetime. You're going to have to roll those over into IRAs. Maybe you want to move them over to where you're invested in property because the stock market's crazy. There's numerous different things there. How about taxes? Think about the tax things you've never had to think about. You're going to, at some point, have to take money out of those 401ks. At some point, you're going to have to start taking Social Security. My point here is retirement planning is way more than just managing the investments. And what I love about the guys at Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies, they don't just go, oh, we should put you in this stock, or oh, you should do this. They actually look at your overall picture. They'll sit down with you for free. They'll answer all your questions. It doesn't matter how much money you have in these different accounts. This is about planning your retirement. They're trusted. They're family-owned. In fact, I love their team approach. In other words, the father, son, and the son-in-law are all kind of different generations. So you're going to get everybody's input. They're going to come up with a plan that's right for you. They've been doing this for over 40 years. Any questions you have, give them a call, 970-663-3211. Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies, 970-663-3211. Don't put it off. At some point, we all retire. You want to be ready for it. You want to know what to expect. Give these guys a call. Now, I've been talking about him all day. He was actually on the air with us. Kurt Rogers, Affordable Interest Mortgage. If you heard him talking to a couple of our callers today about credit issues and about a foreclosure deal, you understand this guy knows loans, and he knows them upside down, right side up, left, right. He knows everything about them. I love one of the products he has that almost no one else has around is the liquid loan. It is a first line of credit. So instead of having a first mortgage and then a HELOC or a second mortgage, your first mortgage is actually a line of credit. So if your house is worth $600,000 and you owe $200 on it, you would have a line of credit for, let's say, around $350,000 that you can access for up to 30 years. They don't take it away like they can in a HELOC after an amount of time. They can't call it back. You have it for 30 years. You can tap into that equity when needed, and you don't pay any interest on it when you're not using it. The other cool part about it is this product is simple interest. It's not front-loaded with all that interest. Look at your mortgage statement and look at all the interest you paid in the first 5 years. They take more interest out now in a payment than they do on the back half of the mortgage. That's just not right in my opinion. This is simple interest. And the other thing this loan is great for, are you ready for this part? You can lock it in right now for 5 years, and interest rates are going up. But call Kurt Rogers with any questions, and I mean any questions you have whatsoever about the liquid loan, or if you just want a traditional mortgage, a 30, a 15, a 10, whatever you're looking for, he can answer the questions. But call him up with your mortgage statement now, and he can tell you how much you'll save with the liquid loan. Cash flow-wise, interest-wise, every-wise. 720-895-0500, or you can find him on referralist.com. I'd say it ups the value of your house quite a bit. When you're showing a house and it has a nice garage floor like that, you know, maybe it doesn't actually, I think it makes it look so much better. It's crazy. There's no other way to put it, man.
The funny thing is, people show their bathrooms before they show the garages in houses. Hey, look at this bathroom where you do nothing in it.
Ever, yeah. But the garage you pull in and out of all day, that's where most people keep all their, you know, the lawnmowers, the chainsaws, everything that leaks oil and gas.
Exactly.
And then your cement looks like total shit. You can't get oil stains out of cement.
No.
Not if they've been there a while. Wife won't complete paperwork. I need to get that. I want to get that PC after we go visit
The kid?
the kid. I'll start building it in the Actually, Talib, if you're listening, maybe I'll do it. You're too slow. You're too slow, bro.
You can't get out in the back.
To a jumping jack competition. Okay, Talib, I don't know if you can hear me, buddy, but I challenge you to a jumping jack competition. $100 for every jumping jack the other person can do over the other one. You take that challenge, bro. In fact, I'll only take $5 for every one over I can do, and I'll give you $100 for every one you can do over me.
For our newsletter, email now at khow.com/newsletter. Breaking news, weather, sports, and more from our community. That's khow.com/newsletter.
All right, a guy just emailed me. The answer is realcbdthatworks.com. The promo code is Tom. You want the best CBD out there from seed to sale. Panacea Life. These guys are unbelievable. They grow it, they package it, they sell it. They have their own lab right here in Colorado. And if you want the best CB at the best price, go to realcbdthatworks.com. Put in promo code TOM. That's the answer, Mr. Texter. TOM, T-O-M. You'll get 30% off. Real CBD that works. Now, John, what is going on with you, man? I cannot get Larson on. I know you have a question about a tax relief company. What is it?
Okay, so here's the deal. We had to pay off our house over the pandemic. That's a whole other story.
What do you mean you have to pay off your house?
It was part of a longer story that I don't think.
You mean you literally paid off your mortgage, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So that's done. Because it was during COVID, I didn't have to pay the early payoff penalty. This was on a 401k rollover that I had.
Oh crap! Now wait, I thought they extended it. Did you even go past? So you borrowed money from the 401k to pay off the loan, right?
Well, I wouldn't say borrow. I mean, we had to do a redemption.
Yeah, but hold on. Why can't you say borrow? I thought during the pandemic, and we can ask an accountant, you might just need a smooth accountant. I thought you had up to 2 years, maybe even longer to repay. Or is it not even an option because you can't get the money no matter what?
Yeah, I didn't want to go into it, but this was part of a divorce. Okay. So regardless, and then what's your question? You couldn't. Go ahead. So they didn't penalize us like they normally do for early redemption on a Roth.
Yeah.
But I still do need to pay the taxes off the money that we.
All right, hold tight. I do want to get an accountant up. Actually, this is not for the tax relief. This is going to be for either Eric or Mallory, one of our accountants. Everybody hold on. We got a lot going on. Michael, Jeff, Michael, John, you guys hold tight. I'm Mark Major. This is the Troubleshooter Network.
Do you feel like your feet are stepping on broken glass? Sharp pain or tingling in the feet or hands are symptoms of peripheral neuropathy. Are you taking drugs like Lyrica or gabapentin, but they never seem to fix your neuropathy? Are you worried about their side effects? There's a better way. Front Range Medical Center can help. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and debilitating balance problems. Front Range Medical Center can relieve you from neuropathy with no injections and no drugs, using the newest, most advanced treatment. You can start feeling relief in only a few sessions. Call Dr. Dean Anderson, D.C. at Front Range Medical now for a consultation and exam to see if your neuropathy can be treated. He'll provide a painless neuropathy severity exam, normally $200 for just $27. Take action before your neuropathy gets worse. Call Dr. Dean Anderson, D.C. at Front Range Medical at 303-586-7897. 303-586-7897.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station. It's Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter, mornings at 10. Streaming live on our free iHeart radio app and at khow.com.
ABC News, I'm Justin Finch. The nation's top prosecutor visited Buffalo, New York today, laying flowers at the site of the deadly mass shooting at Tops Supermarket. Attorney General Merrick Garland spoke about the new federal hate crime charges filed against suspected gunman Peyton Gendron. He says the suspect spent months planning the attack with the goal of killing as many black people as possible.
1 in 4 Americans who take prescription drugs struggle to afford them. Nearly 30% have skipped doses, cut pills in half, or because they can't afford the cost.
10 black shoppers and workers were shot and killed 1 month ago. Garland says he's not ruling out pursuing the death penalty. An FDA advisory panel is reviewing data from Moderna and Pfizer's request to authorize COVID vaccines for children as young as 6 months. It's a smaller dose. This is ABC News. Secretary of Defense Austin meeting with NATO partners in Brussels, urging allies and partners to intensify their shared commitment to help Ukraine defend itself.
We can't afford to let up, and we can't lose steam. The stakes are too high.
Ukraine's president is pleading for more weapons as Russian forces make gains in the east. Britain's plan to ship out some asylum seekers hits a legal roadblock.
A plane was on the runway ready to take off to Rwanda. But at the 11th hour, the flight was canceled after the European Court of Human Rights intervened, saying the plan carried a real risk of irreversible harm. UK Cabinet Minister Therese Coffey.
I know the Home Office is already getting ready for the next flight, and we will continue to prepare and try and overturn any future legal challenges as well.
Pressure has been building here to deal with a surge of people crossing the English Channel illegally in leaky inflatable boats. Tom Rivers, ABC News.
Justin Finch, ABC News.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now.
Ooma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending Ooma and their all-in-one phone, video, and collaboration solution.
Ooma?
Yep. Switching to Ooma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Visit Ooma.com. That's OOMA.com to learn more. Ooma. Smart communications for the smarter business.
Millions of people use Zoom Phone, the innovative and feature-rich cloud phone system for businesses of any size. Zoom Phone is simple to use, whether you're on a mobile device, desktop, laptop, or desk phone. And because every call is important to your business, Zoom Phone was built with reliability in mind, using geographic redundancy to keep your communications online. Empower your workforce with Zoom Phone. Visit zoom.com/phone system. Zoom, how the world connects.
KHOW News Time, 103.
Aurora's search for a new police chief continues. They held a public meeting last night. City Manager Jim Twombly.
There's really a good cross-section of folks in the audience with lots of different views to express.
The police chief position will be advertised later this month with interviews set to begin in August. While Colorado COVID numbers still much lower than back in January, cases and hospitalizations continue to increase. The state health department says the 7-day average of cases just under 2,300, about 900 more than a month ago. UC Health's Michelle Barron spoke with Fox 31.
The number of cases continues to increase. The number of hospitalizations is just slowly trending upwards. It's not a huge steep trajectory like we saw in December and January, but it is going up.
270 people currently hospitalized due to COVID in Colorado. That's more than double what it was a month ago. The good news is that the state's COVID model show a decline in cases in the coming weeks. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Spa Palace. And a busy afternoon. We've got a rollover crash westbound Bellevue at University. Stop and go from Holly right now. Careful as you approach that intersection. Another accident eastbound 6th Avenue at Lincoln. You're seeing brake lights from Bannock. Up in Weld County, a crash at Niwot Road and Highway 287. We're seeing slow speeds there. And then road work being done northbound Parker between E470 and Cottonwood Drive today. Your Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Sunny, mid to upper 80s for the high and mostly clear tonight, down to 55. Sunny tomorrow, mid 90s, and Friday, slight chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Sunny and a high near 96. Right now, it's 78. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Katie Mitchell, 630 KHOW.
Spa Palace is proud to announce it's been inducted into the Aqua 100, the highest honor in pool and spa retail. Committed to customer service and community involvement have earned them this prestigious recognition. See what makes Spa Palace the exceptional choice. Visit spapalace.com for locations.
Don't miss the Tree Farms Father's Day sale going on now. Get Dad a big 5-year-old 12 to 14 foot tall autumn blaze maple tree number 15 container, now only $299.99. Get 25% off thousands of reliable shade trees with lots of sizes to choose from, including coffee tree, honey locust, linden, oak, maple, and more. Also, huge savings on shrubs and perennials. Now through Father's Day. Come see.
Take I-25 to exit 235, then 5 miles west to the Tree Farm.
On Season 2 of the Queen of the Con podcast, you'll meet Lizzie Mulder, a woman so desperate to join Laguna Beach's champagne-swilling inner circle, she starts swindling people's life savings. Will she get caught for her brazen con?
She was using voice disguising technology where she would call people with a voice like as a male.
Listen to Queen of the Con, the OC Savior on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Afternoons 2 to 4. It's Leland Conway.
Yet another municipality in the Denver metro area is colluding to take your gun rights away, at least a huge portion of them. Does anybody even care? We'll talk about it at 2:05, 630 KHOW, Denver Talk Station.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help a common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino on 630 KHOW.
All right. Welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. We're here to solve your problems, answer your questions, take complaints, try to make your life just a little bit better. You've been ripped off is the bottom line. You call into the show. We'll do everything we can to help you. We've got a team of deputies, Suzanne, myself. By the way, Mr. Martino is going to be out for a little bit. Some thoughts and prayers to him. He's getting surgery today, actually. It's back surgery. Everything should be fine. But, you know, you do go under. It is surgery. I don't know how to look at it. He was very nervous about it, just like I was, just like Suzanne was when we both had surgery on our noses after a car wreck. And it's not good, man. You know, surgery is a big deal. He's nervous. The troubleshooter's nervous. It takes a hell of a lot to get Tom nervous.
But it is minimally invasive surgery, so that he has that going for him.
Yeah, he does. Just being knocked out scares the heck out of people. It's a period of time you don't remember. It lasts like 1 second. It's really bizarre, Doc.
It's wonderful. You go to sleep, you have no pain, and you wake up and you're cured.
And you're done, yeah. All right, here's the deal, though. We got one line open, 303-713-8255. You got any issues whatsoever, in studio with me. But first of all, this hour brought to you by OneClearChoiceDoors.com. I love these guys. In fact, I have used One Clear Choice garage doors numerous times. Once for a garage door, 2 times for an opener. But if your spring ever breaks or cables, you can't open or close your garage, you can give these guys a call 24/7. They can also come out and inspect what you have right now, do a tune-up on your door. If you need a new garage door opener, they've got heck of a deals on them. In fact, when we replaced our old chain ones, just because they were so old and getting so noisy, I think one broke, we went to a belt-driven one that OneClearChoiceDoors.com installed, and they're so much quieter. It's a really good company. The owner's Chris Chapman. He's a Marine. It's just a really good company. 720-370-3987, One Clear Choice Doors. Good folks, good folks. Okay, now, let's go to Michael's got an issue with a commercial lease or a question. Michael, what's going on, man?
Hey, Mark. So I was renting a commercial mixed-use space, and the lease ended back in April. And the landlord finally got around to sending me the security deposit back, and it was short, about $700.
For what? What did he claim?
They haven't given me any accounting for what it was.
Hey, Michael, how long? You said it took a while. How long did it actually take?
So my lease. So it's been 60 plus days. That check just showed up in the mail at the beginning of this week.
Yeah, so they're supposed to, by law, they're supposed to get it back to you in 30 days, and if they keep it for whatever reason, they're supposed to give you why they're keeping it. Even matter because you're saying that yours was over even 60 days, right?
That's correct. I scanned over the lease, and there was no extension that said 60 days. So,
yeah. So they were supposed to. Now, here's the only thing that I'm not sure of. I'm used to getting this call when it comes to an apartment is probably the biggest one. I would assume this goes into commercial leases and not just apartments or residents. I do want to confirm that. Can we get oh, man, who would you call on this? Blake? Not Blake. Bradley O'Brien. Let's see if we can't get Bradley O'Brien on for a quick lease question when it comes to the return of deposits. And then the other one would be Brandon Siglian if you can't get Blake. But hopefully we can get one of those two. But what other questions do you have before that? They should have documented it, and they should have done it a lot quicker, but they didn't. Do you just want to know what your rights are now?
Yeah, basically, if this was a residential lease, I mean, I feel like it'd be pretty straightforward.
I think you get treble damages. If this was an apartment and they held it, I'm pretty sure you can get treble damages, meaning 3 times, but we're going to find that out. Now, when you ask them what's it for, they're still not communicating with you, huh?
Well, they've been pretty hard to get a hold of, and to be fair, I haven't reached out yet to see what the accounting is, but
Michael, are you dealing with an actual owner or a management company?
Well, I assume they're kind of the same thing. It's a big management company that I believe owns quite a few.
What's the name of it?
Berkeley Partners.
Berkeley Partners. Okay. All right, hold tight, man. I'm going to put you on hold, okay? We're going to try to get someone up and figure out the best route to take. So like I was saying, if you're in an apartment and you're in a lease and your deposit, let's say $1,000, unless complexes are probably pretty hip to this, they do extend it so they have 60 days. But they have 60 days to return that deposit in full if that's in the lease. If not, it's 30 days. And they have to tell you exactly what they're making any deductions for. And they're not allowed to make deductions for normal wear and tear. So if you moved in and the carpet was 5 years old and you were at that apartment for 5 years, they can't charge you for new carpet, for example. It's normal wear and tear. Same with paint, same with a lot of things. So if you have any questions on that, you can always call us, 303-MARTINO, or email us. But we're going to get Brad O'Brien up shortly. And, is he up already, Kelly? Was it that quick? Hey, Brad, thanks for coming on so quick, man. I've got a question for you. So we have Michael, and I'm going to bring him up, but he had a commercial lease. It was a mixed-use building. He had a deposit. They returned the deposit way after 60 days, and they withheld $700 or $750. How much did they withhold, Michael?
I was $700.
And they didn't give him any reasoning to why. He can't get any answers out of him, like, why did you keep the $700? So a couple quick questions. I know on a residential or an apartment that they've got 30 days to return it, but inside the lease it can be extended to no more than 60. And either way, this was over 60. Do those rules apply to commercial, or is that just a residential deal?
Mark, I'm not able to answer that without checking. I just watch commercial.
Oh, okay. Do you mind checking on that for us?
Yes, we'll do.
And let's say, Brad, here's really where I'm getting, Bradley. Let's say it's over the 60 days, and that goes for residential and commercial. It goes for any kind of deposit. If so, is that treble damages he can go after? I mean, really, that's what I'm looking for. And they've never given him a reason why they're keeping it. So he's just looking for, what should I do at this point?
Okay, let me give you a call back in a little bit after I check those out.
I appreciate it, Brad, man. Really, I appreciate that. Bradley O'Brien, by the way, any real estate issues. If you're a landlord and you're actually redoing a lease, commercial, residential, you got to have this guy look at it. He can help you develop the lease. He can help you in 1,000 different ways. Maybe you're buying a house with someone other than your spouse. Anything, residential, commercial, that has to do with property, you need to call Bradley O'Brien, 720-370-7388. Now, Michael, I want you to hold tight, man, because he's going to call back. Actually, I don't want you to hold. What I want you to do is give Kelly your info. As soon as we hear back from Bradley, we're going to have a direction for you to go. All right, man?
Great. Thanks, Mark.
You're welcome, man. All right, you can free that up. Make sure we have his info, though, Kelly. Hey, Suzanne, when we come back, I do want to talk about Todd.
Okay.
Todd's pretty crazy, man, and I don't mean that like he's crazy. What I mean is his story was crazy. He called in, and he got in trouble. I think he got banned from Instagram. He got banned from somewhere because he was doing kind of strange things online. But then when we found out when he called in, he was actually handing out flyers at different events, meaning if you're like at a festival or a party, like out in a park, a public park, and you're a woman, he was walking up and actually handing you a flyer. Yeah, a flyer about himself. When he first called in a few times, we kind of dug into it, and he just didn't understand, I guess, why that was wrong. But Suzanne got involved in this one, and she's got a major update on it. Hang tight.
If you're a homeowner, chances are you have a lot of equity built up, and that equity, well, it can be accessed as cash to improve your life. You just have to call American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans. Hey, it's Michael Brown reminding you that a mortgage refinance can help you get the funds that you need to eliminate debt, improve your home, or pay for college. Really anything you want because it's your money. So why not learn more? The salary-based mortgage consultants at American Financing will give you a free mortgage review, helping you understand custom loan options before moving forward. No pressure, no obligation, no that's focused on you. And if you start soon, you could skip up to 2 months of payments, creating greater upfront savings. So call 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online.
Suzanne and I got back from 5 weeks on the road in our coach, and we were doing the show from there. But when we got back, I could not believe how hot Colorado's been. We're up in the 90s. In fact, I think after today, we've got like a 7-day streak of 90-something. That means sleepless nights for some people, high energy bills, high AC bills. You know who can help you with that? QC Colorado. They sell a whole house fan. It's so quiet you can't believe it. What they do is install it up on your highest floor. So let's say you have a 2-story house with a basement. They install the fan up there. It's very quiet. They give you a remote to operate it. And in the mornings, you just hit a button and you open up those basement windows, or you can even have that part automated. And even if you don't, it still doesn't matter. It sucks all that cool air. That's if you have a basement, you know what I'm talking about. It could be 70 degrees in the basement and 95 degrees on the second floor. It sucks that cool air right up through the first 2 levels of your house, immediately cools down within 10 minutes, can drop the temperature up to 20 degrees, and then you seal up the windows, you hold it, you set the AC on if you want, but a lot of times there's no reason. This product can save you, no kidding, 50 to 90% off the cost of your AC. You'll sleep better at night. It's just a great way to do it, and with energy prices right now, I highly suggest this. 303-800-3419. It's the quiet, cool whole house fan, and the company that installs it is QCColorado.com. They're a great family-owned company right here in Colorado. They do Colorado Springs, Denver. You get the idea. QCColorado.com. We talk about a lot of great attorneys. I'm going to talk about Blake Harris again. When I was deciding, and Suzanne and myself were deciding what we were going to do when it comes to our will, we called up Blake Harris. We said to Blake, here's what we got. Here's kind of how we want to divide it. Here's what we'd like to see happen if we meet our demise. For us, he said, let's do a trust, and let's do it this way. Let's put the house into the trust. Let's put the other property into the trust. Let's do this, that, and then we'll set up a beneficiary account on the bank accounts, and we'll move those into the trust. Then we'll do a will. He told us exactly what to do for what we wanted. What I loved about dealing with Blake, flat rate pricing. Once we came up with a game plan, he said, Mark, it's going to be this much, and that's exactly what it was. He finished everything, and he's helped us through it. But he can even do simple things, too, like a beneficiary's deed or a medical directive. Maybe you're older and you're going into the hospital, going under. He can do a power of attorney. He can do wills, trust. Maybe you haven't looked at your will for a long time, and it's time to have some eyeballs on it. Maybe you got divorced and you need to update it. 833-ASK-BLAKE. Simple as that, 833-ASK-BLAKE. Now, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Frank Duran, I cannot kid you enough. We had a house in Castle Rock. It's probably about 5, 6, maybe 7 years ago. And in Castle Rock, we were in a neighborhood called Red Hawk. If you know Castle Rock, you know where Red Hawk is. It's on that golf course there. And our model house, there was probably 50 of them in the neighborhood. You know, there's about 8 models in the neighborhood. We had one of them. Frank sold our model for more than anybody else was getting for the exact same model in the exact same neighborhood. It was incredible. And how he did it is he priced it right. There's a house in our new neighborhood right now out in Franktown that's been for sale. It's been up for sale for 6 months. I just know because I know Frank, they're done. Everybody sees that it's been up for 6 months. No one even wants to touch it because there's either something really wrong with it or it's way overpriced. Frank knows how to create that interest by the way he lists it. Let's say you list something a lot lower than you think you can get for it. Well, all that does is create a bidding frenzy. You don't have to accept that offer. You look through all the offers that come in, then you have a bidding war. Frank does this better than anybody else. You want the best buck for your house, you call Frank Duran. If you want the best price on a house you like, you call Frank Duran. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com.
Hey, guess what, Mark? A-Rod's working the Avs game tonight. We'll have to watch that game.
Is it?
He's working it. He's like the cool kid.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Is that why you're dressed up?
You got the Avs tie.
Is that why you're dressed up? Man, do you go there right from here?
Cool kid.
That's a great. One of these days I'll tell you my story about the Avs when they went to the Stanley Cup. How long do we got? Perfect. So this was when Wah was the goalie. I think they did back-to-back. Yep. So right after, it was like Game 5. It was at Pepsi Center. Yep. My buddy paid for the tickets, and right afterwards he goes, hey, if you buy dinner, I have a feeling I know where they're going to go. And sure enough, we go to the Denver Chop House, and they're there. They're in a back room. Nice. So they just won Game 5, which gives them the lead, and they're all back there. So I decide, I probably had a cocktail or two. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm going to go up. So I decide I'm just going to walk back in there. So, but I got cocky. I walked back in there. I'm just talking to him like I'm part of the party. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm either, of course, they don't think I'm a spouse, but I'm a brother, someone invited. And it went perfect and everything. I go back out. I'm bragging to my buddy, yeah, these guys, they had no idea, blah, blah, blah. So I got cocky and went back in. All of a sudden, there was a whisper going around the room. Do you know this guy? Hey, who is this guy? Does anybody know this guy? Next thing you know, I'm getting escorted out the door by not only one of the players, but he hands me off to management at the Chop House. The Chop House goes, okay, you got to go. We're kicking you out. As he's kicking me out, we walk by my friend Dan, who has no money to pay for the $150 dinner. Dan yells out, hey, if you want to get paid for dinner, you better keep this guy there. So they gave me a stern warning and told me not to go back there and let me finish my meal.
Nice. Mark's always been a little sketch.
I love it. All right, here we go.
Heart radio station.
All right, 303-713-8255. What song is this? Who is this? Pat Benatar. Man, I used to love Pat Benatar way back. You know who's great, too, is Billy Idol. You like Billy Idol, man? I'm talking to Tony Joyner, Garage Kings. Do you like Billy Idol?
Of course.
White wedding, baby. We're going to a wedding on Saturday. And that was, they had everybody pick a song out, so I said White Wedding. I love it. Now, I was thinking a Metallica song called Creeping Death, but my wife said no, they'll never play that at the wedding. But that's just how that goes. All right, 303-713-8255. Where did I leave off here? Question about tax relief.
You want to do an update on Todd?
Oh, I would love to do an update on Todd. So Todd called in and said, hey, I got kicked off Twitter. I got kicked off of whatever it was. Maybe Suzanne remembers. And then we dug into it. This poor guy, he doesn't know how to communicate with women, to say the least. He was actually handing out a leaflet, is probably the best word to describe it, with information about him and how to find him online on Instagram or whatever. It was about as creepy gets, no matter how you look at it. And I'm just thinking, if I was in a park and this guy walked up to my daughter and handed him this, I'd probably clock him. It is the strangest thing I ever heard. Suzanne made the comment the second time the guy called in. You were basically saying, I feel bad for him. You were playing that sympathy card because you picked up on something I did not. I will acknowledge that. I'm not saying I was wrong, but I'm saying I did not pick up on what you were.
Became the joke of the show, the joke of the YouTubies crowd.
Yeah.
So after talking to him, Mark, and doing a little research on him, he sent me a bunch of paperwork from when he's 26.
Yep.
Sent me a bunch of paperwork from when he was in high school and junior high, so I would understand him better. And just as I thought, this guy doesn't have a psychiatric disorder.
No.
He has a low IQ and is on the spectrum.
Read what the plan was when he was in high school. Do you have that?
It's a very long-winded.
So he actually had, he's special needs. He had certain classes he had to go to. He's just, he's challenged. I mean, at very best, he's challenged, and he really is.
He communicates much better. He realizes that he communicates much better via text than by verbally communicating. So he was asking these girls to text him, and then this poor kid, his dad told him last weekend, or this poor guy, to go to the nightclub to meet a girl. Well, he doesn't even know how to dance. He's getting all kinds of misdirections. So I'm getting some groups for him that maybe he can meet some other like-minded folks, like-minded girls, where he can meet a companion, some friends, and socialize. That's what we're doing to help Todd.
Yeah, so we're trying to find, if anybody out there knows a group or people he can hang out with. To tell you a little more about Todd, though, he's on Social Security disability because of his.
Yes.
So he doesn't need a job, because if he does get a job, unfortunately, they take that away. He lives by himself.
1 year, he missed 91 days of school.
Yeah, so he's actually prone to rip-offs, meaning the right girl could take advantage of him. So we want to kind of get him into a group to where he can actually meet women. But the part that I couldn't believe, and I heard Suzanne actually talking to him on speakerphone, when last week, this poor guy's dad, just like she said, says, hey, go to a dance club.
Nightclub. To meet girls. He says, I went to the nightclub, but I couldn't dance, so I got turned down. This poor kid.
I can't imagine poor Todd sitting in the dance club, dancing, or lack thereof, trying to pick up the ladies.
You're not the best dancer ever there.
Hey, I know I can dance. You know I can dance.
Let's help Todd, guys.
No, we are. That's what we really want to do. But can you imagine his father giving him that advice? Go out to the club.
Knowing he's disabled, has a low IQ. His parents are from Mexico, so maybe they don't understand or appreciate. I don't know.
Maybe they don't, but at least I'll tell you what, they did a good enough job to get in the system to where he's got a house or an apartment paid for, and he's got money coming in to live. We just got to find him a companion. If anybody's got any ideas out there, help@troubleshooter.com. Help@troubleshooter.com for you YouTubers and listeners that,
made a joke of him.
Well, there's nothing wrong with even if he's, how do I put this? Someone had to be blunt with him, and I really was. You do not walk around parks handing out pamphlets. There is And it had communications. I'm not going to give any names with that person. What the issue was, though, is it has nothing to do with social anxiety or not being able to communicate with women. It all comes back to his disability. So the shrink actually said, this is not for me. I'm not going to be able to help you out, which even confused Todd even more. But anybody who's got any ideas about Todd, I'd love to hear about it. 303-713-8255. Michael, real quick, I just want to prep this for when we come back, but it looks like Denver police hit you. Is that correct? Or did someone else hit you and Denver's not doing anything? What's the gist?
Hello?
Yes, Michael, what's the gist?
Yeah, my daughter got in an accident about 3 weeks ago. Somebody on Friday night, somebody came in from behind her, maybe going 80, 90 miles an hour and smashed terribly. Her car was rolled over the side. Miraculously, her and her fiance weren't hurt. I don't know how when you look at the dam.
I don't think it's possible, but go ahead. So then what?
Nothing. I mean,
did the police show up? Was there a description of the car? Hold on. Those are the questions I have. I got to take this break. I promise you're up next. And then, Bill, you hold tight. 303-713-8255, 303 Martino.
This is Denver's talk station with Tom Martino now. Michael Brown tomorrow morning at 6:30 KHOW Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Root Insurance.
And a busy afternoon. We've got a rollover crash westbound Bellevue at University. Stop and go from Hawley right now. Careful as you approach that intersection. Another accident eastbound 6th Avenue at Lincoln. You're seeing brake lights from Bannock. Up in Weld County, a crash at Niwot Road and Highway 287. We're seeing slow speeds there. And then road work being done northbound Parker between E470 and Cottonwood Drive today. Your Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Sunny, mid to upper 80s for the high and mostly clear tonight, down to 55. Sunny tomorrow, mid 90s, and Friday, slight chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Sunny and a high near 96. Right now, it's 78. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Katie Mitchell, 630 KHOW.
You're probably tired of car insurance ads. At Root, we do car insurance different.
All you have.
Okay, I did one clear choice, right? Claims Pro. You know, here's a guy I hope you never need. His name is Joseph A. Lazare. He's a criminal defense attorney. Maybe you found yourself with a DUI you're facing, or shoplifting, assault, pretty much any trouble you can get yourself into or not get yourself into. Joseph Lazare can help. You know, with DUIs, it's one of two things. Either you screwed up or you're falsely accused. Either way, you need a good attorney. We've done the shopping for you. It's Joseph A. Lazare. In fact, on some things like DUIs, he has flat rate pricing too. He's not going to charge you, $500 an hour, and all of a sudden you're looking at 10 grand or whatever. He'll tell you exactly what to expect, what he can do for you. And if you were falsely accused, I'd want this guy on my side more than anybody else I know. He knows the DAs, he knows the judges, he knows the other attorneys in town. He just knows the rules, the laws, the courtrooms in and out. Write this number down. You find yourself in trouble, you're going to be panicking. You don't want to just go to the yellow pages, or you don't want to call, the number that was etched into the wall next to the jail payphone. You want to call Joseph A. Lazare, 303-429-6200, 303-429-6200. Now, do you have some old necklaces around, or maybe mixed-matched earrings you haven't done? How about gold teeth? I'll even say that. Any precious metal. You want top dollar. You go to David Ellis Jewelers. Don't go to pawn stores. You're going to barely get pennies on the dollar. You go to David Ellis Jewelers, and he's going to weigh it, and he's going to write you a check. He says, I'll weigh it, and I'll pay it. And he's going to give you a good, fair price on it. But broken watches, anything that's got gold, silver, any precious metals, even coins. If you got some coins that are maybe worth something, bring them down there. He'll tell you right up front what they're worth, what he'll give them for you. It's a great deal. He's been around forever at 3rd and Clayton. The phone number is 303-322-8779, David Ellis Jewelers. He'll buy anything you got, precious metals, give you a good, fair price, 303-322-8779. Oh, I had to cough during that one.
I found Dad's Facebook page.
Hey, look up, Oh, I probably have enough time. Hold on. Ray.
Does referral list your website have 1 L or 2?
2.
Okay.
Oh, here's Mom. I found Mom.
Was your mom lost?
No, I'm talking about my
I know.
My child.
I'm kidding.
Here, Bray. Huh.
Imagine. I did do Claims Pros, right? I talked about Claims Pros.
For sure.
Fudge, yeah, I did. So what I'm going to do is do renew. Renew. And then I don't have to do renew tomorrow. Of course.
The Avs have to win tonight.
Oh, they're going to win here at home. They're on a high, baby.
We've had a couple callers today call in wanting an update on the Lufthansa luggage.
We don't have one that I know of.
So I don't know if you just want to mention it and say that we're still working on it, but...
I'll tease it for tomorrow.
Okay.
How do you pronounce it? Lufthansa?
Lufthansa or
Lufthansa.
Lufthansa.
It's L-U-F.
Like a loofah.
Right. It's L-U-F and then Tanza. So
Lufthansa.
Lufthansa. It's 2 syllables. 3 syllables.
What was the name of the company? Do you guys remember?
It was, yeah, it's right here, Western Baggage.
It's right in topics on the call screener, babe.
Western Baggage was one of them. That's the main number.
I don't even see that. Where the fuck's that at?
Down
oh, I got to scroll all the way over and shit. Oh, good. Brad's got the update already.
That wonderful smell in the air, is that summer flowers or the desperation of the Democratic Party now spending millions more to try to rig the GOP primary? How's that going to work out for them? Join me at 4.
Hey, the guys at Renew Home Innovation, man, do they got a deal going on right now. Check it out. Special limited time offer, 50% off installation. You can get a brand new bathroom done. Beautiful quartz solid surface walls, absolutely zero maintenance. They can do rapid installs. They can turn around your bathroom, make it look brand new quicker than about anybody else out there. And right now you get a free shower door. They're also offering 12 months. No interest, no payments. They give discounts to seniors, veterans, active military. Give these guys a call. See how much that beautiful brand new bathroom will look while they got this special. 303-904-2000, 303-904-2000. All right, we have got a follow-up. Michael called in. He has a commercial lease, and in Colorado, at least with residential, and we're going to find out the answer commercially, you have to refund someone's deposit or give them a reason why you're holding it in 30 days per statute in Colorado. Now, inside the lease, they can extend that time if you agree to it by signing the lease by up to 60 days in 60 days only. Our attorney, Brad O'Brien, looked into it. What did you find out, Brad?
Mark, that security deposit return statute applies only to residential.
Oh, man, something told me in the back of my head that's what the answer was going to be. So, hey, Michael, it's only residential, and I'm glad I kind of brought that up now and thought about it, and then I'm glad Brad actually looked into it. Oh, my bad. Sorry about that, Brad. Get him back up. But, Michael, are you there?
Yes.
So what we can do is I can have Doc call over there this evening or tomorrow and try to figure out why they withheld the 7 and see what's going on for you. If they're not talking to you, I bet they answer for us and at least give us an idea of why they're doing it so we can pass that on to you and see if it's valid or not.
Did he try to contact them?
Yeah, they're just ghosting them. They're not getting back to them, Doc. So hold on a second. I'm going to put you on hold, Michael. Doc's going to go into the other room, give your information to Kelly. She'll give it to Doc, and Doc will follow up with this hopefully tomorrow, and we'll have some answers, man. Sound good? I'll take that as a yes. Now I do want to talk to Bradley O'Brien. Hey, Bradley.
Yes.
How often does that happen with leases? I mean, security deposits are a big deal. People don't like giving that money back, man. So it's kind of crazy. Is that a call you get a lot or not really?
Yes, especially on residential.
Yeah.
Landlords are not being quick with returning the money.
Hey, what's your number one, while I have you, I mean, you know everything about property and real estate, and you're an attorney. What's the number one issue you see that people call for help, but it's too late, or they need to hire you to actually go into court or untangle a mess? What's the number one issue they could have spent a few dollars up front and not have that issue? Is there such a thing?
Well, it changes kind of based on the economy. But recently it's with the housing prices going up really quickly. It's been sellers trying to get out of contracts that they signed and, thinking that they might have an out when they really don't.
Oh,
so
I didn't even. So in other words, like that they have a house listed and my realtor goes out and they accept my offer, whatever it is, let's say $500,000. Then a couple days go by and they figure out they can get $580 for it. Now they want to weasel their way out of the deal.
Right. Yep.
Oh.
And sometimes sellers do have a reason to get out under the contract, and sometimes they don't. So it's really important to have an attorney on a question like that, because if you're wrong, you're going to be on the hook for the other side's attorney fees if it has to go to court.
How about landlords that have a bunch of property or property management companies after COVID and not getting paid for years? I mean, don't you think it's time people have an attorney look at their lease that they're giving to their tenants now to make sure they're up to date and make sure to cover all the bases?
Yeah, leases are very complicated documents, and they can be 25, 50 pages, even 75 on commercial. And there's no such thing in Colorado as a standard lease form like there is for the real estate purchase and sale contract.
So you can go over someone's lease that maybe they haven't updated for, I don't know, let's say even 10 years, let alone even a couple years because of COVID, and basically, give them a price on redoing it and making sure you're covering everything.
Right. The landlord-tenant laws changed significantly last fall, and every lease that a landlord has, their template needs to be updated to reflect the current changes in law.
Or else they might have basically an invalid lease, meaning someone could leave and get out of it and, screw them, even though they had no idea.
Right. I can give you one example if you'd like.
Yeah.
A lease normally has an attorney fee provision, like a prevailing party attorney fee provision. Some leases had a one-way provision, so that allows the landlord to recover their attorney fees if they didn't have a two-way that would benefit the the tenant.
Got it.
But the change in law said if you don't have a two-way attorney fee provision, then the one-way provision is void.
Oh, so a lot of people think, okay, if I prevail in court on this tenant, in the lease they agreed to pay for the attorney's fees, but that's not going to be the case because they also have to agree to pay for the other side if they prevail.
That's right.
Holy crap. How many, so up until when did most leases read that way, the old way?
Well, the law changed October 1st last year, and
that's
really
a lot.
Hasn't been publicized that well. But a lot of leases are normally written as two-way to start with. So this only affects the leases that were written with a one-way pro-landlord attorney fee prevailing party.
Got it. I can't stress, and that's just one example, folks. If you're a landlord or even someone buying a house or buying a piece of property, a commercial building especially, or any kind of like rent-to-own, anything that could be sketch, I'll even go another thing. If you're just looking to buy a house, there is no reason you wouldn't have an attorney look over it. It's not going to insult your realtor. It's going to just protect you. Bradley O'Brien. O'Brien Legal Services, 720-370-7388. 720-370-7388. Michael, I promise we're going to get right back to this problem with your daughter. She got hit about 80 miles an hour, and I guess Denver's not doing anything. Can you imagine that? But we're going to talk about it right after this. Homevestors. Rock.
Mark, guess what?
Yeah, baby.
Gentleman reached out.
Who?
He is a part of a group called, it's in Denver, Toastability Toastmasters.
Let's do it on air.
Oh, I'm so excited. Gosh, this might really work out. I've got to get more information on this club, but it might be great for Todd.
American Restoration, Rock's the owner. We had him on today. He's going to help a lady out that needs to do some abatement in her house. A flooring company came out, and believe it or not, older house too, 50-plus years old. They put in new flooring, but when they pulled up the old vinyl, there was asbestos under there. It contaminated the house, and we got Rock on, man. If you have anything like that, you have fire damage, mold, how about flood, crime, unattended death, maybe someone passed away in one of your rentals, how about a meth lab, asbestos? These are the guys that'll do it. They know how to clean it up, and they do it right. That's the most important part here. They've got the latest equipment, the best technology. They've been in business well over 20 years. They're just really great people. Rock, like I said, is the owner, and he'll treat you right. He can deal directly with your insurance company as well, which is very important. He's going to make sure you don't have to come out of pocket if it's an event that's actually covered. But I want you to give him a call with any questions you have. But it's one of these numbers you really got to put in your phone right now, because when there's a fire or a flood or anything sudden like that, you got to know the right people to call. I don't want you thinking back out, who did Mark say to call? It's Rock. It's American Restoration, 833-7AM-REST, 833-7AM-REST, 833-7AM-REST. Now, we've been talking about them all day. That is Kurt Rogers, Affordable Interest Mortgage. They've got the liquid loan. You need to call them up. You need to say, hey, Kurt, I heard Mark talking about you today. Here's the bottom line. Here's my statement for my 30-year mortgage. How much money can you save me? Yeah, we all know interest rates are going up, but when you convert over to simple interest, which is also going to give you a line of credit on all that equity in your house, imagine having a line of credit that you can use or not use for 30 years as a first mortgage on your house. You got $400,000 right now in equity. You'd have basically $330,000, $340,000 line of credit. If you don't use it, you don't pay for it. It's good for 30 years. It's a simple interest loan. You don't pay all that interest up front. It's just a great product. You need to call Kurt, ask him all the questions, and here's the questions to ask him. Here's what I'm paying now. Here's how much I'm paying in interest. Here's my principal. Here's my term. Here's my rates. How much can you save me, Kurt? Simple as that. Put it to him just like that. The call is free, 720-895-0500, 720-895-0500. And if you're driving, the easy way to remember it is theliquidloan.com. We buy ugly houses. Me? No, I don't buy ugly houses. But the people at WeBuyUglyHouses.com, they buy ugly houses. Now, what does that mean? It means maybe you have a tenant that's been in your condo or townhouse or house forever, and you found out they're hoarders. You figured out that it's going to cost you a ton of money to get the place back in shape. These guys will come in and make a cash payment. Maybe you just need to move and you need to get out of town quick. There is no harm in checking these guys out. Zero harm at all. What's the worst scenario? You're going to want more for the house, but if you want fast cash and close in like 7 days on that house, I'd give them a call. And there's no reason not to check them out. A realtor might not be able to get you the same amount they're offering, and they're definitely not going to be able to get it to you in 7 days. WeBuyUglyHouses.com. I think it's We Buy Ugly Houses. I hope it's not home.
Because he has a super high-scoring team with a above-average goaltender. And I don't know about the Lightning, whether they're an average-scoring team with a super goaltender or their defense. I don't know about it. Don't get electrocuted.
Not right now, sir. How are you guys doing? Just good.
Yeah, how about you?
You looking for hidden compartments?
What was that?
I said you're looking for hidden compartments.
Why? I guess I don't get it, sorry. Yeah, Abner favored me 1.5.
The guy can't dance. His dad tells him to go back.
That poor guy.
Go back to the nightclub. I swear that's the craziest one. I still can't get over it. I wouldn't have believed it if I heard it. No, tell him I've already tell Bill I just don't have time. He can call in tomorrow. We'll make him a priority. But tell him I did reach out to the GM there to see what's going on.
KHOW, an iHeart radio station.
All right, 303-713-8255, 303 Martino. Hey, we're wrapping things up. I'm going to go back to Michael real quick, but I want to say something. Tony Joyner's with me with Garage Kings. They did a bang-up job at my house. Absolutely beautiful. Put down a coating on my garage floor years ago. Also did my outdoor patio, which looks brand new. They can actually put stuff in the stuff you do for patios. Tony, you actually put something in there for grip so you don't slip and fall.
Yeah, it's just an anti-slip.
It works perfect, man. It's very easy to shovel. That's probably my favorite part about it. Compared to shoveling like a deck or something, this stuff, the snow just goes right out. It's really a great product. Your warranty is lifetime, so if there's ever a problem with it, service, material, everything, they're all covered.
Correct, and we have a corporate-backed warranty, not just a local.
Just not the local. And there's like 300 different franchises of Garage Kings. You own the one around here.
Correct.
And then on top of that, you don't take any money up front, which is unbelievable.
There's no need to. There's no point in taking money up front.
So you basically do the job. When they're happy, you collect the money.
At the end of the day.
And I love that that's exactly how you handled me. And what else would you say about your... Oh, I forgot the big one. If they call today... It's got to be today. A typical two-car garage is about $2,300, right? Is that right?
$2,300 to $2,500.
$2,300 to $2,500, depending on the square foot. Everything's by square foot. If you call today, now there's no way they can do it today. They'll get you on the books, but you'll give them what?
$300 off.
And that's a real $300. Hell, we already told you what the cost is. So I mean, you'll get that real money off. Now's the time to do it, and you have the guaranteed lowest price.
Correct.
You're not going to beat it. GarageKings.com, or what's the better way? Give you a call?
Yeah. Yes, 720-252-0370.
Yes, 720-252-0370. Tell your friends it's today only. That's a real $300. No jive talking. That's the real deal. 720-252-0370. 0370. That's Garage Kings. Hey, Michael, I'm going to definitely get you back up, but we still got a few more minutes. I'll get you back up tomorrow. But your daughter was hit at a pretty high speed, and did the driver take off, right?
Yes. See, the thing is, the driver of the car, the bumper fell off with the license plate.
Oh, wow. She called the police. Did they come out and do a report?
Oh, yeah.
So do they know who it is? Was it a valid plate, or is Denver simply not telling you anything?
They're telling you anything.
Nothing. How long ago did this happen?
3 weeks ago.
Now, oh my God, 3 weeks. Now, did you guys turn it into your own insurance so at least you can start getting going on the repairs?
Yes, but the insurance isn't doing anything either. I don't know, maybe it's because the police won't cooperate.
Well, wait a minute. Your own insurance, did you have coverage? I mean, do you have full coverage, or did she?
Yeah. She's gone through with my ex-wife. She's got coverage. I'm sure. Maybe
she's got comprehensive collision. She's got it all.
I believe so. Yeah.
Well, if she has it, your insurance company should be working with you. We're going to get Compass on. They can get directly involved in the insurance part tomorrow. They can actually call. What insurance company is it?
I think it's Compass. Let me find out. I'll find out.
Compass is a broker, but what I'm saying is we'll figure out what company, like Progressive or State Farm, whoever it is, and we can have Compass help with that. Meantime, with the Denver police, does she have what license plate that is? Do you guys know the license plate?
No, we don't. The Denver has it. They won't release anything.
No, but wait. So
it.
Your daughter didn't take like a picture of the bumper with the license plate. You guys don't know it.
No, because I guess it was a pretty traumatic thing.
I'm sure it was. That would suck because we have someone behind the scenes that could tell us exactly who the hell owns that license plate. That sucks. Yeah. But you know what? We've got some connections inside Denver too. So hold on. Do we have your information?
No.
Okay, hold on. Kelly, make sure we get this guy's information. Let's get him back up sometime tomorrow, get any other details he's living out. I would love to talk to the daughter. Man, I wish we had that license plate. Okay, we've got a lot going on tomorrow. We're going to have updates. In fact, Doc's got an update that we haven't brought up yet. 303-MARTINO. Remember, you got any problems, you can call right now, even though the show's over. Leave a message. We'll reach back to you. You can email us at help@troubleshooter.com. I want to thank Garage Kings for that wonderful offer.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino.